All right, first and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. Lord's willing, it'll be edifying. And as usual, I'm going to go in the Rakal Kwadash. All right. Today's date is February 5th, 2020, the year of prophecy. And pretty much just kind of like an update on the coronavirus and the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. Pretty much this is really what I wanted to share is this right here. Elder Apostle Tahar did a lesson on it, so I looked it up. I'm not sure how accurate this website is here, but nonetheless, we're gonna read a little bit of this article. You know, hit a couple scriptures and shut it down. All right. But before we get into this right here, I was watching the news, watching, of course, Al Jazeera, watching RT and whatnot, and they were going into the State of the Union address that was made. All right. And matter of fact, I was watching Al Jazeera. I was looking for the actual video, but it was live, so I don't think they re-uploaded it yet. So this is the best I can do. This is from yesterday, and I got another one from I believe this is from yesterday also. I'm gonna play these two videos here, but it's gonna show you how America, which as Elder Apostle Gabar always goes into, is bitter. America means bitter, and this place is bitter, man. And in the clip that I was watching this morning on Al Jazeera, like I said, I don't have that clip because I couldn't find it, but I'll play some another two then try to demonstrate what I'm talking about. But one of the commentators, one of the analysts, he was saying pretty much that America is bitterly divided. Okay, you can see how this place is bitterly divided, and it was really evident in the State of the Union address, man. You can see this place is through, man. So real quick, I'm not gonna hit a lot of scriptures. All right, I'm gonna just hit the main two because, like I said, the RFID microchip, which we closer in them times, the hour of temptation. Okay, well I'm gonna read that when the time comes, but real quick, straight to the point. This is Mark, and I got the red letter on so you can see it straight out of Yahushai's mouth, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. So this is Mark chapter. Main point is going to be in verse 24, but I start at verse 23. Mark chapter 3, verse 23. It reads. It says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables. And this account is like in three different places in the scriptures, but for the sake of time, I just wanted to hit this one right here because I just like the way it was concise and got straight to the point. So, like I said, Mark 3 and 23. It says, and he called unto them, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And it was a parable. It was a deep, dark saying. All right. It says, and if a kingdom, it says, how can Satan cast out Satan? It says, and if a kingdom, all right, be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Okay. And like I said, the news reporter that I was watching this morning, as concerning the State of the Union address, which I'm going to play some highlights from it, he said you can clearly see how America, okay, is bitterly divided, man. And like Elder Apostle Gabar always says, America means bitter, man, and this place is bitter, and you could clearly see we in them times. All right, this kingdom is divided; it's bitterly divided. Okay, so Yahushua said in Mark 3 and 24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So we know we're at the end of this thing, man. Going back to all the way to go, we can backtrack a little bit to Brexit. Okay, that goes back to like the elders always bring out. That goes back to the 10 toes, man. All right, the miry clay You know, you know, the kingdom divided, partly strong, partly weak. That's Brexit. Okay. The EU is weak, man. The United Kingdom, that was the strong part of the EU. You see, and they left. They officially left. So that's that miry clay. You see. So even that kingdom is divided. Okay. So we can see we're clearly in them times, man. And not to mention all the kingdoms around the world are divided. The people, uproars of the people. Okay. Sedition amongst men. We're in them times. All right. One more time. Mark 3:24. It says, "And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan," and we know there's an actual a spiritual demon called Satan, right? Who is subject to Yahweh Shai on the left hand side. All right, he takes orders from Yahweh. Okay, it's not what you think, contrary to popular belief. All right, Job told you that, man. Okay, that Satan falls in line, man. He's a servant of Yahweh Shai, just as we are. Okay, on the left hand side, he's doing Yahweh's bidding. All right. But we also know that on the earth he has a physical counterpart, man, which is the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, the harbingers of death, man. Okay, the border of wickedness, the Idumeans. Okay, all right, the red Hebrew Edomite. All right, that's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. They do his bidding. Okay, so it says, "And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand." And if Satan rise up against himself, all right, remember he said this was a parable, a deep, dark saying, man. It has multiple meanings, man. But we know ultimately it's talking about Esau, Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, his kingdom being divided. Okay, that's why they're gonna eventually his allies, per revelation, they're gonna rain missiles on this bitch, man, and they're gonna hate the whore and burn her with fire. Okay, you see. Because they're divided, man. All right? It says, "And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end." Okay? And we at the end of this man's empire, man. Esau Edom, the red Hebrew Edomite, is losing his hegemony, man. He's losing his power. That's why what's that campaign he's running on? Something about keeping America great or something like that. I forget. Maybe they'll bring it up in this thing right here, man. But this place is through, man. We're at the end, man. All right, they're divided, bitterly divided. All right, and we know that's all prophecy, man. When we it is the year of prophecy, right? So this is off of Al Jazeera English, okay, from yesterday, February. I struggle with that word, Slack February 4th, 2020, the year of prophecy. Okay, today's the 5th, right? But this is from yesterday, all right? It says Donald Trump's 2020 State of the Union speech, top moments analysis. So I'm going to play two of these, right? I'm not going to play this whole thing. I'm going to play a little bit of that. But the main one I want you to see, the main key point that I peeped was how everybody kept shaking their head the whole time he's speaking, because we know he's a liar, man. The wicked are strayed from the womb. They're born speaking lies. Okay? He talks with a forked tongue, all right? And they're divided. They see he's full of shit. Every time he says something, they're just the Democratic Party is just shaking their head, And we know this is nothing but the rebirth of the Roman Empire, man. The plebeians and the patricians, man, and they were divided, No new thing under the sun. But anyway, let's play a little bit of this right here on Al Jazeera.
Well, on the eve of a vote expected to acquit the US president of his impeachment, Donald Trump has come face to face with Democrats who've been seeking to oust him from office. He's just given his State of the Union address in the House of Representatives, the same chamber in which he was impeached last month. Well, ahead of the speech, there was an awkward moment with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi brought the charges of abuse of power. And
see that? That's what started it all off. That's not what started it all off. You could just see the awkwardness. She went to shake his hand and he pulled away. It was awkward. So then after the fact, you're gonna see. I got the video here. She's gonna rip up his speech, but you'll catch it right. I'll run it back real quick. They're divided, bitterly divided, man. It's awkward. The tension. You can cut the tension with a knife, man.
Well, on the eve of a vote expected to acquit the US president of his impeachment, Donald Trump has come face to face with Democrats who've been seeking to oust him from office. He's just given his State of the Union address in the House of Representatives, the same chamber in which he was impeached last month. Well, ahead of the speech, there was an awkward moment with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi brought the charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress against Trump, and he appeared to turn away from her as she extended her hands. Well, later, Nancy Pelosi was seen tearing up a copy of Trump's speech as soon as the hour-and-a-half-long address had wrapped up. He made no mention at all of his impeachment during...
She's hurt. She hurt. I was going to play. No need for me to play it then. I didn't realize that they played it in that one. No need to make it long. Let me see. Maybe let me play a little bit. Hopefully they pan over and show the people. Everybody just kept shaking their head, man, as they're speaking. You know, but that's embarrassing, man. That's wow. They're divided, man. We're at the end of this thing, man. How can the kingdom stand?
Congress against Trump, and he appeared to turn away from her as she extended her hands. Well, later, Nancy Pelosi was seen tearing up a copy of Trump's speech as soon as the hour-and-a-half-long address had wrapped up. He made no mention at all of his impeachment during that address. Instead, Trump used his third State of the Union as a rallying cry ahead of
the great American comeback. This place is through, man. Trump hails jobs. What jobs? Okay? There are no fucking jobs. They're nothing but gig jobs, okay? The economy is crap shit, all right? Okay, and now China over there, Moab over there catching hell, so it's going to trickle down, man. This place is through, okay? Great American comeback. You can't heal Babylon, man. There's no balm for her, man, okay? If so, we would have healed Babylon, but you can't heal this place, all right? This place is through. America has lost its hegemony.
The November election, the speech was titled "The Great American Comeback." He concentrated on the economy, jobs, and healthcare.
If we hadn't reversed the failed economic policies of the previous administration, the world would not now be witnessing this great economic success.
Well, Trump brought in a surprise guest, Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido.
Oh, yeah, that too. They brought in the Asher Barack Obama, man. They really reaching, man. This is all theater, man. This is all distractions, bread and circus. The political theater, the whole impeachment process, this whole thing is just distractions, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. In the meanwhile, he unleashing all type of fucking biological warfare on the people. You know what I'm saying? Doing all type of wickedness. He deployed Salaka. I should have pulled that up too, man. Trump just deployed, I think, 20,000 more troops over there in the Middle East, man. See, that's not making news. Trump, I'm gonna repeat it. Trump just deployed 20,000 more troops in the Middle East. Go look it up for yourself. Okay? All this is just distractions, man. Theater. Okay? Bread and circus.
About standing in solidarity with the Venezuelan people.
But Maduro's grip on tyranny will be smashed and broken. Here this evening is a very brave man who carries with him the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of all Venezuelans. Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President.
Asher Barack Obama.
Please take this message back to your family.
Wow. Hey, he wasn't holding no bars. He brought out all the stops, man. All the smoke and mirrors, all the theatrics. Okay?
And Trump spoke about the U.S. assassination of top Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani. He said Soleimani was targeted because he was planning new attacks against Americans.
Our message to the terrorists is clear. You will never escape American justice. If you attack our citizens, you forfeit your life.
Well, our White House correspondent Kimberly Hawk.
You get the idea. Anyway, you can go check it out for yourself. You get the point. All right, so like I said, the main point, like I said, America's bitterly divided, man. And as the Yahweh Shai said, well, straight out of Yahweh Shai's mouth, and if a Mark 3:24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. Okay, and we're at the end of Esau Edom's hegemony, his power, his rulership, his age, okay, his empire, okay. Ain't no great American comeback, okay. You through, all right. So anyway, let's get to the main point of this lesson. Elder Apostle Tahar, like I said, did a lesson on it. You know, we're in them times, man. The hour of temptation is near, okay? And we mentioned it before, okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Order out of chaos, man, okay? And he could use that coronavirus as a ploy, okay? You know, to implement, to usher in, to you know, to as an experiment, you know, as a testing ground over there in China, you know, to get this this system up and going, okay? This cashless society, okay, all right, this Internet of Things, all right, you know, which ultimately is going to be spearheaded by the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, okay. So anyway, I'm gonna read this scripture and then we'll get into the article, and then I'll close it out with a couple videos on a update on the coronavirus, okay. So this is Revelations chapter 13. I'm going to start at 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we know that's talking about his system, all right? That's not talking about Caesar Borgia or Christianity. That's talking about his system in general, all right? All right? You're going to have to bow to this man's system. And ultimately, you're going to have to take that chip, which is going to get into if you want to be if you want to operate in this man's society, okay? All right? That's going to be the ultimate way for them to track you and tag you and monitor you, and, you know. So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And we know the beast is what? NATO and the EU, all right? Which is what? Nothing more than the rebirth of the Roman Empire, okay? NATO is the military might, all right, the military force, and EU is the financial force, okay? But together they make up the beast. And who rides the beast? Who controls the beast? America, Babylon the Great, the whore, okay? You see? But as it is written, all right, her allies, they're gonna turn on her, man. Something's gonna happen, and they're gonna get upset. They're gonna get tired of America's crap. All right, and they're gonna burn her with fire. Thus saith Yahweh Shai. Thus saith the scriptures. All right, but prior to that, okay, the hour of temptation is gonna befall you people. Jacob's trouble. All right, and we're drastically approaching that time. All right, So it says, and he causeth all. This is verse 16, Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Which that word there's charagma, okay, which is the RFID microchip, man, okay. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Everybody's gonna have to take it, man, all right, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. You're not gonna be able to operate. You're not gonna be able to do anything, okay, all right. You're not gonna be able to get a house, get paid, work. You see, pay taxes. Anything, man. All right, get groceries, you know, travel, you know, get on a plane, get on a train. You're not going to be able to operate. You know, you're not going to be able to operate in this system without that RFID microchip. All right, and it's going to try the world, man. Not just Babylon the Great, America. It's going to try the world. Okay, because what? Israel, Yasharallah, we're scattered amongst all nations. Okay. So it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Like I said, the RFID microchip. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, or 666. Okay. So like I said, just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's go back to this article real quick. Like I said, Elder Apostle Tahar brought it out. Okay. So it says this is off of Coconuts, Hong Kong, February 5th, 2020. Okay. The year of prophecy. Not sure how accurate or how reliable this website is, but nonetheless, you know, hey, we're gonna bring it out, you know, because it's it probably is accurate, man. You know, pretty sure it is accurate. So it says News Health, government unveils new electronic tag. Okay, and we remember Joe Biden said that, right? You're gonna have to rule on that at one point, right? Everybody mentioned it. Aaron Russo mentioned it. Okay, we've been warning you people. Okay, it says government unveils, and like Elder Apostle Tahar actually said that he believed a while back. He said it. He believed that China was going to be the first ones to roll out that chip, man. Okay, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not stupid, man. That this pestilence all of a sudden, you know, they showed you in Resident Evil and all these movies, predictive programming, man. Okay, with the things that they had planned, all right? And China, like I said, is the perfect testing ground, man. Okay, the perfect testing ground, all right? Like I brought out before, China was one of the first, well, actually one of the first countries to ban the Bible, man, all right? So, hey, Moab, man, I'm watching you, you damn gooks. So it says government unveils new electronic tags, RFID microchip, okay, Charagma, all right, that mark. Government unveils new electronic tags for people under Wuhan coronavirus home quarantine. Okay, or what the brother said? Salaki. What is it? Problem, reaction, solution. The problem was the coronavirus. Okay, the reaction, the people panicked, they were dying. You know, the solution, this electronic tag, the RFID microchip. All right. It says government unveils new electronic tags for people under Wuhan coronavirus home quarantine. Okay? And you can see it's on his hand. That looks like his right hand. All right? But we know ultimately they're going to put a chip in your hand. Okay? They're going to insert that chip, and people have it already. All right? Over there in Switzerland, Ukraine, even over here in Americas. All right? 3 Square. I believe that thing was called, a 4 Square, whatever the hell it was. That company that chipped their workers. All right, they're gonna put an electronic tag under the skin, okay, an RFID microchip, all right, or in your forehead, okay, or wherever, your left hand, your right hand, okay. But the point is, they're gonna put something in you that's you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. You're not gonna be able to operate without it. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says the Hong Kong government has announced it has 500 electronic monitoring tags ready to distribute. So this infrastructure, like we mentioned, the 5G network, the RFID scanners, and all this, the people are already accustomed, programmed, all right, already accustomed to going cashless, paying for things electronically, digitally, all right. There is predictive programming, all right. These things are already here, all right. They just need the problems, all right. And we in them times, man. Okay, the pestilences, the race wars, okay, mass chaos, Jacob's trouble, though, that's the problem. The reaction, and then they're going to have the solution, which is that chip, order out of chaos, okay. It says the Hong Kong government has announced it has 500, that ain't shit, they're just testing, okay, this is a rollout, a testing, okay. The Hong Kong government has announced it has 500 electronic monitoring tags ready to distribute to Hong Kong people placed under home quarantine upon returning to the SAR after having spent time in Hubei province, the epicenter of the ongoing coronavirus outbreak. The government's chief information officer, Victor Lam, unveiled the E-Tag RFID microchip, Karagma, at a press briefing this afternoon, saying that any Hong Kong residents who have been to Hubei in the past 14 days must, he calls it all, alright, he calls it all, small and great, free and bond, okay? It says, the government, I'm going to read it, who have been, it says Victor Lam unveiled the e-tag at a press briefing this afternoon, saying that any Hong Kong residents who have been to Hubei in the past 14 days must undergo home quarantine of 14 days, a measure the new electronic bracelets are meant to ensure. So they're going to track you, man. Okay, they can track your temperature, you know, the RFID chip, they can track you, monitor your temperature, monitor your heart rate. That chip can do all them things, man. All right, but this is a prime example, you know, how they can do it, man. Oh, they got an actual video, Salakia. Man, I didn't even see that. Wow, so it's official, man. Call her lawyer, how about you, Shai, about Shimmer Kwadash. We in them times, man. We in them times, man. Repent, man. We close.
我哋呢個手環咧係
Wow.
不會收集個人嘅資料嘅。
I don't speak gook, man, but man, we in them times, man. Oh my goodness. Call her lawyer, how about you, Shai? Oh man, you brothers can see the website. Go check it out for yourself, man. Let me read some more of this. This is beautiful. We close, man. Hey, we close. We in them times, man. We in them times. It says the tag is paired to a person's smartphone. Wow. Using blue, yeah, that's what Elder Apostle Hall was bringing out. The tag is paired to a person's smartphone. Hey, that's why you need that 5G, man. They're gonna need that clean frequency. All right, that uninterrupted clean signal where they can, you know, upload and download, transmit and receive information, track you constantly. All right, okay. They need that bandwidth, man. Okay. It says the tag is paired to a person's smartphone. That's why they're building these smart cities, man. Okay. That's why Huawei just went into UK. All right. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. They're all in cahoots, man. All right. And don't let the bread and circus, the theater of war, all right. Ultimately, it's the wicked elite, man. The Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts. Hey, as the apostle says, the CMF, the IMF, the bankers, man, the wicked elite, Amalek, you Amalekites, all right. That's the ones who's ultimately behind these things, man. Most of these people are just puppets, all right. This servants. They don't really know what's going on, all right. All right. Only the higher ups, the illuminated, the elect. The elect on the left-hand side and the elect on the right-hand side. We are the only ones that knows what's going on, man. All right, we're watching you. Okay, we're the watchmen. All right, so it says the tag is paired to a person's smartphone using Bluetooth low energy. Hey, it's June, ain't no microchip, right? Fucking demons. It says the tag is paired to a person's smartphone using Bluetooth low energy or BLE technology and is plugged into the mains. What? And is plugged into the mains at the wearer's home, whatever that means. It says if the person wearing the tag unplugs the phone and leaves the quarantine zone with it, see, because they want to track you, all right? They want to be able to ultimately put you into the Internet of Things, man, all right? You see? That's what that chip is going to allow them to do. They can track everything else. They track the food. They track everything, man. They track the electricity consumption. They track everything, man. He wants to be like the Most High, man. You see? So ultimately, that trick, that Karagma, that mark of the beast, that RFID microchip is going to do that, man. It's going to allow him to be the Most High. And if you take that chip, you will be destroyed, man. There is no repentance for it. You will take part in the lake of fire, which is thermonuclear destruction, man. The second death. All right. All right. So it says if the person wearing the tag unplugs the phone and leaves the quarantine zone with it, or if the distance between the tag and the phone exceeds 20 meters, an alert will be sent to the Department of Health and the police. Oh, and I was watching the video and it said that they rolling up there like 30, 20 deep, man. The police are. If rumors are that you've been infected, man, to drag your ass out to them FEMA camps, man. They rolling up deep out there, man. They ain't playing around over there. Okay, hey, we in them times, man. 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. Okay, so it says the authorities will also get an alert if the tag is broken or removed. Anyone is like house arrest, basically. But ultimately, they're going to insert that chip in your body, man. It's going to be inserted into you physically. It says the authorities will also get an alert if the tag is broken or removed. Yeah, that's why they're going to have to insert it, put it into you physically. Because you can still hack it, do all type of shit. But once it's in your body, in your hand, or your forehead, or your butt cheek, you know, that shit's in you. You know, it's what they call it? Biohacking, you know, it's part of you. Biometrics, biohack, whatever the hell they call it. It'll be, integrated into your body, man. All right? It'll have to be surgically removed. No, you just can't just take it out like that, you know? So it says the authorities will get an alert if the tag is broken or removed. Anyone who violates the home quarantine order faces up to 6 months in jail and a fine of, I guess this is Hong Kong money, $5,000 Hong Kong money, or $644 US. It says Lamb added that because of concerns about personal privacy, all right, because people are wary, man, all right, you know. So it says Lamb added that because of concerns about personal privacy, the E-tag will not collect any personal data, and the tags aren't equipped with GPS. Yeah, right, not yet. Well, hey, those may not be, but the RFID, hey, I don't believe them, all right, you know. But the RFID, they're gonna be able to track you with that RFID microchip, man. That's stupid. Of course they could track you. They could track your cell phone. They're liars, man. They're liars. They're lying. Okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. It says Lamb added that because of the concerns about personal privacy, the E-tag will not collect any personal data. See, they already had this in the back of their mind, man. Okay? They already had this in the back of their mind. See, let me skip down this. At the moment, 500 tags are ready to be handed out. An additional 1,000 can be made available within 2 weeks if necessary. See, all the stuff, we in them times, man. The infrastructure's laid. We in them times, man. I ain't even read no more of this, man. You get the idea. Let me play a little bit of this. Even though I can't speak Gook. I can't speak Gook, but we're gonna watch it.
我哋呢個手環呢係不會收集個人嘅資料嘅。我哋都已經徵詢咗個人私隱專員嘅意見，確保手環係符合有關嘅法規，亦都一定唔會侵犯到個人私隱。喺操作方面呢，就係呢個手環係唔能夠。
It's over here. This makes me rethink. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know what it stands for, but rethink is what's popping into my head. Rethink it, man. Think about it, man. Think about it. It's very plausible, man, that order out of chaos, man. They're gonna ultimately implement that chip in your hand, man. All right. Free Revelation 13, and I read it already. You know, free and bond, small. You know, whatever, small, great. Rough, butchered it. You get the idea, all right? That no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark, man, all right? And like I said, Elder Apostle Tahar, I promise you, he said that. He said that they were going to roll it out. He believed in China first, man.
隨便脱下嘅，而呢個手環亦都係需要同相關嘅設備，即係我前面呢部嘅手機嘅。
You get the idea. You get the idea. Alright, so we're going to close it out. Matter of fact, let me read it since I butchered it. 13 and 16. Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? So we'll close it out with a couple videos about this coronavirus. All right, play a little bit of this. This is off of Al Jazeera English, February 4th, 2020, the year of prophecy. Coronavirus pressure grows for Hong Kong to close border. All right, I'm just play a little bit of this.
As Hong Kong confirmed its first death from the virus, a quarter of its doctors and nurses went on strike, seriously affecting emergency services. several hundred demonstrated outside the offices of their employer, Hong Kong's health authority. They say the complete closure of Hong Kong's border with the mainland would help prevent the disease spreading. They're members of a new union born out of the protest movement. Politics have now entered this growing public health emergency.
I hope the government quickly listens to our demands, quickly closes all the borders and brings this epidemic under control.
By Tuesday, 10 of the 13 border crossing points with the mainland were closed. But the
and somebody like her, them people gonna willingly take that chip, man. If they said if they were to present that chip to them and said that was a solution for the problem, you know, remember problem, reaction, solution, order out of chaos. All right, they cause the problem, they cause the chaos, and then they provide the solution. All right, and those people are gonna take that shit, man. Okay, willingly. This is off of CNA from yesterday, also February 4th, 2020. It says Japan quarantines. Japan now. This ain't China. It says Japan quarantines 3,700 people on a cruise ship. Remember, there was a cruise ship. I think it was like 6,000 people over there off of the coast of Rome that got quarantined also. So we in them times, man. This thing is serious. Talking about it's not a pandemic or epidemic, whatever the hell, the pandemic, I believe they said. It's not a pandemic yet. It is a pandemic. It's worldwide, man. Okay? It says Japan quarantines 3,700 people on cruise ship after passenger tests positive for coronavirus. So this thing is all over, man. All right? This thing is all over. It's a plague from Yahushua.
Japan has quarantined a cruise ship carrying more than 3,700 people after a passenger who was on board last month tested positive for the coronavirus.
Well, the passenger is an elderly man who left the ship.
And he was on board last month. You heard that? He was on board last month. The whole month passed, and now he's falling sick. Okay, so imagine all of the people that he got in contact with, and so on and so forth throughout that whole month. You know, that thing is out there, man. That virus is out of there, man. All right? They're just not trying to panic the people, man. And they already have the solution, which is what? That tag, that electronic tag, which we know ultimately is going to turn into that RFID microchip, that charagma. Okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Japan has quarantined a cruise ship carrying more than 3,700 people after a passenger who was on board last month tested positive for the coronavirus.
Well, the passenger is an elderly man who left the ship in Hong Kong. He sought medical attention and was diagnosed with the virus. 8 people on that ship, which arrived in Yokohama Bay on Monday, have since shown symptoms such as fever.
The Diamond Princess has now been placed under quarantine. The departure of the ship will be delayed by at least 24 hours as the health of all guests and crew is reviewed.
All right, so one more and then we out of here. All right, so this one here, show you what's going on in China. They're quarantining everybody that comes in mainland China. Okay, so this is from today actually. Okay, this is February 5th, 2020, the year of prophecy. Like I said today, this is off of CNA. Okay, it says novel coronavirus. It says Hong Kong to quarantine all visitors from mainland China. Okay, they quarantining them, and we already see that they're planning on giving them that tag, that the people that are quarantined at home, that tag. Okay, so this could be a test run, man. Who knows? All right, who knows? But I got my eye on you, Moab. We watching you. Okay.
Roland, a major move by the Hong Kong government to quarantine all visitors coming in from mainland. Roland, a major move by the Hong Kong government to quarantine all visitors coming in from mainland. What can you tell us about this latest move?
Well, yeah, starting Saturday, fresh restrictions on all travelers from mainland China. That includes Hong Kong residents, Chinese nationals, as well as foreign passport holders. They'll all have to be quarantined for 14 days. So now you can see, you could clearly see, what if they said, okay, well, you all got to take this tag. You all got to get this tag to come into Hong Kong. You know, you want to visit. For 14 days, you got to get this tag, or you got to get this chip, or, you know, you could see, man,
if you could see, man, you could see where this thing is headed, man. I don't know if you can't if you can't see, you're not supposed to see, man. Okay, it's obvious where this thing is headed. We getting close, man. The hour of temptation is drawing near, man. We in them times, man.
Role in a major move by the Hong Kong government to quarantine all visitors coming in from the mainland.
It's a major move because they basically got the martial law down to a science over there, man. Millions of people are under martial law. Cities, that whole country's damn near lockdown, man. And they're able to do that because everything is cashless, everything's digital. They can track everything. Okay, they got the cameras everywhere. You know, the people are dumbed down, they're docile. Okay, even though they're trying to protest and whatnot, so on and so forth. You know, that's just a big testing ground over there, man.
About this latest move by the Hong Kong government to quarantine all visitors coming in from the mainland. What can you tell us about this latest move?
Well, yeah, starting Saturday, fresh restrictions on all travelers from mainland China. That includes Hong Kong residents, Chinese nationals, as well as foreign passport holders. They'll all have to be quarantined for 14 days. Now, she's taking more stringent measures due to the 6 new cases reported, all locally transmitted. Now, that takes the total number in Hong Kong to 21 confirmed cases, with around a third of these patients actually believed to have been contracting the illness locally rather than Wuhan itself. There's also been one fatality. So Mrs. Lam wants to prevent a widespread community outbreak here. The Hong Kong government has been facing rising pressure as well to control the number of arrivals from China, with hospital staff here going on strike to demand a total border shutdown. Now, the authorities did close most of the land borders, but kept the Shenzhen Bay port open, as well as the international airport and the Hong Kong-Macau-Zhuhai bridge. Mrs. Lam insisted that totally sealing of the border is not possible, citing a need for food supplies to be brought into Hong Kong. She also said that
famine, pestilence, sedition amongst men, uproars of the people. We're in them times, man.
Sealing of the borders.
It's just, hey, and what did Yahushua say? I come to send fire on the earth. What if it already be kindled? The fire is already kindled in Hong Kong. They were already protesting. They were already on edge. This pestilence, this disease, this coronavirus, hey, it's only adding more fuel to the fire, okay? And now the quarantining, that's more fuel to the fire, all right? As a woman in travail, bit by bit, things are starting to progress, turn up, all right? Bit by bit, the impeachment, the bitterness, all right? The love of many shall wax cold, all right, for the lack of bread. We in them times, man. Bit by bit, the fire is turning up in this place, man. The doors of mercy are drastically closing.
Now, the authorities did close most of the land borders, but kept the Shenzhen Bay port open, as well as the international airport and the Hong Kong-Macau-Zhuhai bridge. Mrs. Lam insisted that totally sealing of the border is not possible, citing a need for food supplies to be brought into Hong Kong. She also said that earlier closures had already proved successful in reducing the number of cross-border travelers. The Hong Kong government also will be extending the work-from-home arrangement for its civil service by at least another week as officials step up measures against the spread of the novel coronavirus. The move will be asking civil servants to stay at home until February 16th, the earliest. Now, most of the government's 176,000 employees also advised to keep away from the office between January 29th and, if you remember, February the 2nd. But the government has since pushed that back to February 9th. That's the end of this week. So it's going to be another week after that. Similar advice also to be adopted by the private sector, where many workers have already been told to stay at home. Now, separately, I should mention...
You get it. When the grinding is low, you see. Anyway, like I always say, man, hey, keep pushing, man. We almost out of here. Repent, fast, pray, seek the Lord while he may be found, man. Okay? Seek him 10 times more, okay? We're getting close, man. Anyway, with that being said, Lord's will, this video was edifying. Hey, keep pushing. Shalom. Wa abad babal.